Hello everyone, this is Merritt Train Boy here, and today I am going to show you 9 homemade custom Tomy and Trackmaster Thomas trains that I did in the past several months. And it was sometime last year, to be exact. First up is this engine from the Railway series, and it's Pug. And he is made from a Tomy and Trackmaster Bill or Ben, whichever one. And as you could see, I did exactly the way Pug looks like. Black all over, the boiler, the cab, and even along the running board. And I colored the handrails silver, and looking right here, both the front and back buffer beams, before I painted him in black, before I painted the full color of him, I did some masking around the buffer beams because the red paint on them were a bit faded. So you can see here I had freshened them up, and of course after I did that I colored the buffers and that tip of the coupling. And looking underneath, you could see the remnants of the red spray paint while I was spray painting the buffer beams. And there's his face, and that's from a Trackmaster Ben, and I could tell that because that's what those eyebrows look like. Pretty sure about that. So what do you think of my model of Pug? Looks good, doesn't he? Sorry if I was stuttering. Next, here we have the Diesel, which is actually Class 40, or also known as D261, or probably Diesel 261, whichever one you prefer to call him. I call him Diesel 261 because it starts with a D. And here, this model of D261 of mine, he is made from a Tomy and Trackmaster Diesel 10, and it's in this sort of face. So as you can see, I did exactly the way he looks like. Green paint all over, and there's yellow paint at the back and the front, although there's a little bit of yellow that I just did on the sides because the face looks kind of big. And just like the buffer beams, both front and back, I did exactly of what I did with Pug. I've maxed around the buffer beams, and then I spray painted them in red. And that was before I painted the model. And I even did some masking on the top as well for this shape, which I spray painted in black. So you see, that's what it looks like. And looking right here also, before I went ahead to paint the model, I used some putty to cover up the hole where the pinchy claw was. So you see here, this is where Diesel 10's claw was, pinchy. And I used this, and the kind of putty I had used wasn't really great, so I used some glue to cover up because of that putty wasn't hard. Unfortunately, it kind of it doesn't seem to be working well at all. And as you can see here, there's a little bit of paint that has gone off already. Kind of dusty too. But besides that spot, the whole thing of this model of D261 or Class 40 looks okay. But what are your thoughts on this model? Just let me know in the comments. Next, here is something which may look recognizable to some of you. This is Uncle Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm pretty sure you know the rest about this engine. I did exactly the way Uncle Thomas looks like. He has red paint all over his engine body, and there's blue paint all over his running board from buffer to buffer. And of course the buffers are colored in black. And his cab windows are also painted blue. And there's black paint on his dome and the stripes on the boiler and the wheels. And there's his yellow lining, and there's his number 13. And his face is also yellow. And you see, this the face took a few tries to make it look perfect. I was trying to put the white in his eyes, although I keep making a few mistakes and unpainting it using paint remover until I could get the eyes, the paint in the eyes to look perfect, so I could draw the pupils and the eyebrows. So yeah, it looks great. And what are your thoughts on Uncle Thomas the Tank Engine? Looks good, doesn't he? But let me know in the comments to make sure. Now this next engine may look familiar to most of you. It's Timothy the Ghost Engine. And he is made from this kind of Thomas. I did exactly the way Timothy looks like. He has silver paint all over his engine body, and his wheels are painted black. And there's his red lining. And there's his number 0 on the side of him. And there's his face. That's what it looks like. And not only I did some work on his eyebrows, but I even did a little bit of lining on the face to make it look like that it's in a wrinkly look. And I even made a second one. And here it is. But this time it's in a demonic look. You see, you could tell that because of the eyes. And the eyebrows look a little bit different. Sorry about that. So, with this face, Timothy would look like... he would look something like this. See? I'm gonna send you all to the graveyard. And let me just put this, his regular face back on. There you go. There we are. So yeah, what do you think of my model of Timothy? And even his other faceplate, the demonic look. Let me know in the comments. Next, here we have Star-Spangled Banner'thomas. And this is what Thomas looks like from one of Trainboy 54's old episodes of Tomy and Trackmaster TNF, where we see Thomas in the colors of the American flag. And this model that I made him out of was from a 2012 Thomas. And it's because Trainboy 54 had made his model out of a CGI Thomas, and D-H had made his model of the Star-Spangled Banner'thomas out of a different Thomas, like those two are. So that's why I decided to make my own Star-Spangled Banner'thomas out of a 2012 Thomas. And so here he is. And as you can see here, there's a dark shade of red paint on the first half of the engine body and the first wheel. And there's white paint for the stripes on the sides and the boiler. And the dome and these lids on the tanks and the middle wheel, they're also white. And both the coal bunker and the last wheel are painted in a dark shade of blue paint. And this spot right here that I did, that's for where the cab door is. And there's stripes on the coal bunker. They were made from the MS Paint program, and then after I printed them out and cut them out, I glued them onto the coal bunker. So yeah, what do you think of my model of the Star-Spangled Banner'thomas? Let me know in the comments. Next, here we have a Trackmaster 2 Thomas, and you'll probably be thinking, hey, how could this be a custom model? It doesn't look anywhere customized. Well, that is if you are looking at it like this, right here. That's right, I have given this Trackmaster 2 Thomas a wheel modification by adding Tomy wheels. So that way he will be able to get through the bumps and track points on the classic Trackmaster tracks and even on the Tomy tracks. And right here, I didn't even need to file down his activation tab. There was no need for this part here to be filed. And this was from a video tutorial that UC Weapon did. In case if you haven't seen that video, I'll have the link to it in the video's description. But overall, what are you guys' thoughts on this modification to this Trackmaster Thomas? Pretty cool, huh? But let me know in the comments, just to make sure. Next, here we have Diesel from the Trackmaster 2 range. And what did I do to him, you may ask? Well, not only I have colored the buffers in, but I have also given him moving coupling rods. So as you can see, I have cut the fake ones off to make room for these real working ones. And you see the chassis, which has these moving coupling rods, are from my custom scrap engine, which I have showed a few years ago. Sorry. So here it is. And this is the chassis that this Diesel originally had. And I had placed it onto this engine here. Although I have to admit, my custom model of this scrap engine looks a lot better this way, because it has no coupling rods. You see what I mean? Although let me know in the comments of what your guys' thoughts are. And even Diesel with moving coupling rods as well. Let me know about that too. Next, here we have Gordon. A Trackmaster 2 Gordon, that is. And as you can see, he has a different expression. And he looks like he's furious. Or probably hard at work for some reason. And this face that he's got is from the Shooting Star Gordon, which I have showed in my update video from last year. But yeah, this is the face that it came from. At first, it was too big to fit onto the smoke box, so I had to file the back of it to get it into the perfect size of it. So yeah. Gordon here looks pretty good. And of course I have colored the buffers in. And right behind him is this little truck that also came with the Shooting Star Gordon model. And you can see here there's a little bit of black on the buffers, if you guys could see there. And here are the flags that the truck is carrying. As you can see here, I painted one of them green and the other red. So they look like stop and go flags. Since the other flags from my other Shooting Star Gordon are black and white checkered flags. So what are your thoughts on Gordon with this expression and those stop and go flags? Let me know in the comments. And here's the original face, which was from this Gordon. Almost forgot about that. And finally, here we are these two pieces of rolling stock, which are Trackmaster Revolutions. We have a salt van and a box van. And as you can see here, both of them are fully painted in gray. So have any of you guys ever wondered what these rolling stocks from the Trackmaster 2 range would look like if they were colored gray? Well, there you have it. So what are your thoughts on them? Pretty neat, huh? So there you have it, everyone. That is all of the 9 homemade custom Tomy and Trackmaster Thomas Trains that I did last year. Although one of them is rolling stock. Right over there. Hope you guys have enjoyed looking at them. And don't forget to tell me in the comments which one of them is your favorite. And stay tuned for some more videos which I'll be producing soon and that I have planned in the future. And in the meantime, check out some new features that I have uploaded on SoundCloud, as well as my new Divid art page. I think that's how you say it. So that's all for now, and until next time, everyone, this is Merritt Trainboy, signing off.